We share a piece of our pie to you. I'm Keto.
And I am the Pie Man.
This is
Pie
the 10th
Boy.
episode.
Oh!
What?
What?
The
It's number
10th
10
episode?
already.
What?
It's been so
Dude.
long.
Let's not count the fact that we repeated the episode 5 like 6 times, but that
Yeah,
doesn't
we
matter.
don't. Yeah.
It's episode 10. Ladies and gentlemen, we've done it.
That's like a
We've
big
actually
milestone. That's
We've
like
done it. We've hit 1-0.
that's like what happens when like 10 years are up.
Yeah, except it's 10 podcast
Yeah,
streams.
it's like the 10 it's the 10 episode anniversary.
The 10 episode anniversary.
Yo, we got
How
it.
long has it been?
I don't know,
When
let's
was the
check
first
this.
ever stream we did for this
It
podcast?
was like 15 years ago.
15.
5 months ago.
Jeez.
It's been almost half a year.
Almost half a year. Isn't that
That's
wild to think
crazy.
about?
And I have a total of 2 videos.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. Yeah, I need to get. I've been working on some animation, but it hasn't been. It's been tough.
It's been tough. Well, let's hope that you get through that because this is a big milestone, buddy. So we gotta keep the grind going.
Yeah, we gotta grind. Keep grinding.
All right. Well.
So, today's
besides that
episode.
announcement- Yes. Go on.
Oh well, I think it's your episode today. So how about
What?
you go on?
No, come on. You didn't have to do me like that.
I didn't do anything.
Well. Wait, make a list of accomplishments that you will have done at episode 20. Oh, that's okay. I'll ponder on that. But the topic for today, which wasn't in timed with the 10th episode, because I didn't think it was the 10th episode, but we're talking about the environment. Where am I? Well, how did I get here? Why do I have 2 legs and 2 arms and 15 phalanges? Don't count that.
A
I
very
don't know how to math.
good question.
That's the topic for today. Obviously, we all grew up on this world to think that we would be like everyone else. So you'd all be one more piece of grain in the field. But actually, not exactly how the world works, you see. Not a day back in my day, we would call ourselves entrepreneurs. We would call ourselves one of the greatest of the land. I don't know what I'm going with that. But anyways,
I see.
You know what I mean.
Yes.
We're all unique in our own ways because of how we've grown, how we've been in our own 2 environments. You obviously, we're not the same. We're not you. This guy over here, Pie, he's not like me. Sure, he's like. I mean, let's.
Hey, what are you gonna
honest,
say?
he's
Don't.
Not as tall as me, but
What?
hey, listen.
Okay,
that's
okay.
just goes to show.
There's a difference between difference and bullying. How could you do this to me? Okay. I guess that's a different. That's how we can be different.
Yes.
How else can we be different?
Let's see. Well, our activities in our daily lives, what we do in our days, how we've grown to that. We've been taught to just, everyone's been taught to brush their teeth, take a shower, put some clothes on, eat some food, because that's how you have to survive in the world.
Yes.
As a normal human being. But for your own good, what do you do? Pi, let me ask you that question.
Yes.
What do you do in your time of day that makes you feel accomplished? That makes you feel like once you finish it, you're like, yes, I've done what I've done.
I've done what I've done.
We'll see the sun tomorrow morning.
I wake up. I eat some food. I eat some more food, and then I go to sleep. It's basically living.
Wow, I don't know if that's
Okay, wait. Can you
unique,
repeat?
but
Okay, can you wait? Can you
That's how
repeat
you
the
wanna
question?
live?
Can you repeat the question?
What do you do in your time of day that makes you feel accomplished and say, I'll see the sun the next morning?
Wow, that is such a big. Okay, uh, That is so something that makes you feel accomplished. Like yeah. Um oh, I like exercising. Exercising is really nice, and you know how you like ah, get after a nice set and you're like, yeah, I just accomplished something. So that's something that I feel can feel accomplished about.
Well, that's good. Me personally, I got a bit of a routine, you know. As you know, I play this game called Splatoon. Now,
Oh,
that might sound bad, but every day, keep my utmost skill to the game important. I play at least like an hour a day. No, without a doubt. Yes, I still do the regular basis of waking up, showering, brushing my teeth, whatnot, all those miscellaneous whatnots. But Splatoon is a necessary thing for me. Why? Because that is like what I believe to be one of my greatest things to ever be like good at. It's a little weird to say, but being able to get so good at the game that people are able to appreciate it is just phenomenal. It's amazing. Now,
yeah.
did I? Now, what's interesting about that is that my environment that I grew up in didn't really exactly help me to understand that. See, in my environment, I needed to just follow what other people were doing. Like you probably also heard of, right? Your
Yes.
your parental figures were like, "You gotta do this to be good in life. That is all. Goodbye." I mean, you obviously heard of that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Like you need to do this or
Yeah.
expectations.
Expectations. That is all we heard in life. But yeah, my environment, I definitely didn't get that kind of this. It didn't help me, I guess, grow an appreciation for what I do in Splatoon. You could say so. Like I like go against my environment to pursue what I want in my environment, which is also interesting to think about.
Yeah. So the things that so our environment shapes who we are.
Yeah.
And there's like the what is it? The argument of like are we the way we are inherently like genetically or is it the environment? And
Yeah.
it's a little bit of a mixture of both, right? Cuz like some people are just a certain way, you know? Like some people have a just a certain way that they would always act, you know, in certain ways. But at the same time, if you're raised really well, you might have a like a little a personality of like more more maybe kind and understanding. And if you're raised kind of in a rough type of environment, then you could be like a little bit more angry or a certain way. And also, just because you're raised in a certain environment doesn't mean you'll turn out a certain way. Because there are people
Mm-hmm.
that are raised in really good environments that can be really bad and stabby. There's also people
Yeah.
raised in bad environments that can rise above their situation and be really super amazing people that accomplish a lot.
Now let's think about that. Do we have to blame the environments of some people on them or on the environment that they're around? This is where it
Oh,
gets tricky.
oh yeah, that
Because
is
I've
very
heard
true.
that argument get point up a lot when you bring up a lot of the tyrants of our history. You know, you got Alexander the Great, you got Christopher Columbus, you got,
Hmm.
you know, Hideyoshima from Japan. You got all these famous warriors and generals and tyrants of our history. And you gotta understand, how did they end up becoming the big names that they are today? What kind of environment did they grow up in? And is it their fault? Or is it the environment that they grew up in? Personally, I believe it's the latter.
Hmm.
Because why else would a person ever think it to be a good idea to just say, yep, I'm going to control everything here all by myself?
Yeah.
It's it's very hard to understand because you can look at the psychology of people and think, yeah, environments a heavy takes a heavy hold on what they end up becoming as an adult. But they everyone has the freedom to choose. Like what I said earlier, for example. I my environment told me to grow up to be a normal, well fed and well groomed human being. You know, make some money, get a house, get some nice little humans called children. You know, have
Yeah.
a good life. But like, what if I don't want to do that? And I'm not saying don't have a good life. That's not what I'm saying
Mm.
at all. That's where it goes off the rails. But what I'm saying is, what if I want to do things differently? You know, what if I want to do this instead?
Mm.
Because it all comes down to personal gain, personal enjoyment of life from the environment that you grow up in.
Yeah. Yeah, that is it's tricky when thinking about uh to blame someone's current situation on their environment or their action or them. I think personally it's a little bit of both. Because obviously you can never control where how you grow up and certain things like you can't control like what you how like like just certain things about how you grow up and certain things about yourself as well. But there are certain things that obviously are better. Uh, it's hard to think. But what I mean is basically there are people that have grown up in really bad environments, but have decided to live in a way that's more positive than where they've grown up. And yet there are also people that have lived in bad environments that have really been affected negatively by the way and
Mm-hmm.
how they've grown up. And I also don't think it's fair to put all of the blame on someone else, because if you can't control what happens to you, and if if someone decides to make your life, or if something decides to make your life horrible, it's not always as simple as saying just don't care, or but at the same time, uh I think it I think we do all have a choice in life, in a sense that we can make, though it can get really complicated. And I don't you know what it is, the world isn't always black and white.
Mm-hmm.
And we should always look at the gray and try to understand people and situations to their fullest. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because like I'm pretty sure you're not exactly the most open, or at least like how do you say well known to this. I guess how do I say this? Understanding. Because let's be honest, we're kind of like in the middle ground of, I guess, life choices. Like we've been grown by good people
Yeah.
that have also been taught the same thing. So it's hard to really say we have an understanding of our environment well
Mm.
enough to the point where it's like, yeah, they did good to raise me, or nah, they didn't do that good to raise me, or like whatnot. Because there are some things you can't really pick out exactly, because you're gonna look at it in your own way as like, well, it didn't help me in life, but then you gotta also look at it in a way for what they're looking at, like, well, what are they thinking of an environment? What kind of environment do they think is good for me, and what they
Yeah.
want a good environment to be? What kind of environment they want to have me around? You know, Christian environment. Let's be honest. Hey, I know this is a little bit of a podcast, but a little off tangent. But hey, we're both Christians. We're both servants of the Lord. Don't want to push that narrative onto many people. That's just who we are.
Hmm.
Am I right or am I right?
You're right. You're
I'm right.
left. Ah, ah, ah.
Okay. And you're upside down. Come here.
Oh, actually, I'm a 4D object, bro. I go
What?
in space and
Whoa.
time, bro.
Am I wearing glasses up to the specs? Am I watching 4K?
It's the 3D glasses you get in the theater.
I'm watching Spy Kids 3D, and then Hi over here is creating some special effects for me. I'm getting a new image in my head, and I'm like, okay. But what was I talking about? Oof. Oh yeah, no. But like the Christians, we're both Christians, and in that environment, you expect us to be like, oh, we are here to spread the good message of God. We are here to spread all the doctrines and all the verses that the Lord and Jesus Christ has said in the Bible and has said to his disciples and the people around him. And You don't really hear us say that, even though you hear Christian environment. Now, think about that. People, when they hear Christian environment, they think, okay, yeah, that is what they think. They're just gonna think about people that wear like bright colored polo shirts, khaki pants with brown belts, brown shoes with high socks. That's what I usually think about that. That's the sad part because I'm Christian and I think that when I hear the word Christian because of what I've been put in my head in my life and what I've seen people become from being Christian. Why is that?
Yeah.
Yes, it's called a stereotype, but like that's exact. But like, how did that become a stereotype? Like, how would an environment like us, would our environment still like not able to affect or change our stereotypes of Christianity? Like, how is that not? How have we not changed our stereotypes for Christianity? That's just how is the norm of the Christianity stereotype the same despite the environment we grew up in?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be straight up with you right now. My brain is fried about what you just said. Uh, okay, so you're saying, what are you saying?
I'm saying like what we've seen, like what Fenty over here, or we could just
Mr.
call
Trobs,
him. He's Trobs. Call him
Bilbo.
Trobs. Why not?
Wait,
He's gonna try to prevent that being said
Mr.
again.
Trobs.
But Mr. Trobs, he's thinking of he's saying like how what I've been saying about Christianity, about what I've seen people. That's just called a stereotype. But like, why is it? Why is that the stereotype for Christianity? You know,
Mm,
because
yeah.
you know you don't really see what is it? You don't because you know the stories of how Christianity began. You didn't imagine them being like pretty white boys with blonde hair. No, they were ragged men in ragged clothes that had beards and grew up in a hard environment. You don't imagine it. You don't imagine it like today with blonde hair pretty boys. Crazy.
Yeah.
Now what? Now what kind of environment would change that? That's That's exactly my point. And that's exactly why I think the environment itself is blamed on the people that made that environment. Is that kind of idea of stereotype.
Uh, I need some like brain juice, man. My brain
Or
is
drink.
okay. I got this. I got this. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. My brain is thinking about what you said. I feel like this is like
Okay, wait. Let's okay, well this is like a stereotype based off like Christianity. Let's think of it something not as big as Christianity. How about the stereotype of gamers?
gamers.
Gaming. A
I'm a gamer.
gamer. Well, what do you think about when you think of gamers?
I think of you. You're a super cool gamer, but no. The stereotype of gamers, it would be like, they don't do anything. They just play games all day, and it doesn't mean anything because it's frivolous. So stuff like that, I guess.
Now why do you think that?
Uh, they because because people don't see the value in what uh gamers do. They don't understand. I guess maybe yes.
What kind of people? People from like the 1980s or
I just
7?
I guess when I just think of the stereotype of a gamer, how people would uh assume things about him, that's just I don't know. I guess it's an older way of thinking. Uh, I think because I don't know. I don't talk to many people. Uh, I don't know. Someone from like I don't know. I mean, even back in like middle school, high school, even those types of days, people might say, "You're a gamer." Ugh. No.
Mm. You know what's funny is that that's the interesting part about video games and like I guess the stereotype of that is that like it changed very interestingly because it started in the 80s, right? Or like late 70s, and then it shifted really drastically in the 2010s because of what esports are now and like big games like League and Overwatch and oh, that gets out of hand. But let me tell you about something. When I saw this documentary, it's called High Score. It's a Netflix documentary about the beginning of video games and how companies like Nintendo brought their, I guess, ideas into video games and made it onto the market for, you know, market sale for video games.
Hmm.
Back in the days, video games were actually well seen as like a media for at-home entertainment. It wasn't seen as like this out of hand, useless hobby that you could just gnash onto people and say, "Don't do that. That's gonna rot your brain. It's gonna give you really bad problems later in life if you keep playing with that." But in the 80s, it was just seen as like a regular thing or like a new hobby or a new fad
Hmm.
in society, and that was interesting to think about how the environment of back in the days was so innocent to the idea of video games that after video games themselves became like really big in our society to the point where where it's like it's hard to it competes well with the Grammys even, which is it's hard to say now, but it's true
Yeah.
that now people are starting to shift that tone for games as a more negative than positive.
Yeah.
And I'm not wrong. There's competition in Twitch. You got a lot of streamers, content creators churning out this whole idea from games because it's again a big fad from it. And hey, look at the environment we're built in. What are we? We're streaming
I'm a
on
gamer.
Twitch.
I'm a gamer.
We're on Twitch right now streaming, and why? Because of our environment telling us what we like, or rather, what we learned from our environment. I got my first phone when I was 8. When I was 8. That's weird. You would have never imagined that in an
Yeah.
environment like 1970s or 1980s. Ever. But in 2012, I got my first phone. Insane.
Environment. My brain's a little slow to be honest. I'm okay. When we
I'm already
talk
aware of
about okay, okay,
that.
okay. I'm just confused on the specifics of environment, like how we're raised and stuff. And
hmm
I get, are you talking about like the social, uh, certain societal uh expectations?
Yeah, it's societal expectations and how the environment of the past is changed by something as new as gaming.
Okay, how something.
I'm not explaining it
Yeah.
well. I don't know.
Yeah, this is so big brain. Can we talk
I'm
about the actual environment? Can we talk about koalas? Bruh,
That's
koalas are
no,
so
that's
adorable.
no,
Bruh.
that's not where I'm headed with this.
Okay, okay. Environment. We are change. Things change. Things change because society's focus changes. Uh, so something that was once frowned upon, or something that was once celebrated, became frowned upon, and then popular again. Uh, Having a hard time, mate. Having a hard time. Can you can you talk more? My brain.
No,
What?
come on,
This
man.
is okay.
How are you? What's the part you're not following exactly?
I don't know. I
Because
just
I
feel
know I'm
like
not explaining it well, but like
yeah, it
you gotta tell me why
it's like
you're not getting
it's
it.
because I'm guess I have this idea of the environment. I have this idea of like our environment. Oh man, I guess I got confused when you introduced the video games. It confused me, I guess.
I was only bringing that up because I was only trying to. I guess that is uncomplicated as Christian, but because you imagine like the 1920s, right? There was no
Hmm.
such thing as at-home entertainment. You would usually try to find entertainment out in the streets, out in theaters, whatnot, on the radio maybe. But
Hmm.
like that's money, right? Like, or like rather that takes time out of your day. Many people think of that as like, rather like as like a rare opportunity in your daily activities because it's money. You gotta spend money to do those things. You gotta spend money to go to the movies like I do today. You gotta spend monies to see a theater show nowadays and whatnot. Well, that's their normal. But now there's access to at-home entertainment like television and gaming. Kind
So
of get what I'm saying?
environments change.
Yeah, but like, you understand what I'm saying, right?
Uh,
Understand what I'm getting at?
kind of, not really. That our environments have changed.
Yeah, based
Uh,
off one simple thing, and it
okay.
affects how the environment sees that one thing today. Because like back in the day, remember, like I said, they saw video games as something innocent, but nowadays it's something seen as more serious than it was back then.
Okay. My brain is slowly making the connections.
He's trying.
I'm trying.
He's using the wrinkles.
My brain is wrinkling.
You
Okay.
think your brain's wrinkling? My brain's wrinkling way more than I did
Oh, man.
for the past day, dude.
Yo. Okay. Our environments change, and then our view on certain things change because of that change. Oh man.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
change has changed, and that change has changed how we change, and everything's changing. Oh my goodness.
Change changes what we've changed. You've changed because of what's changed in the environment.
I I guess that's the confusing part. You've changed because what's changed in the environment, not you've changed because of the environment. It's adding a different, an extra layer.
It's a layer
Yeah.
on the layer.
So that's
It's
just
really-
so confusing.
like I said, I'm not explaining it very well because I don't know why I convoluted it, but you kind of get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I could
Kinda get it.
kinda.
Like
Kinda
20%.
Yeah,
Kind of get what
20
I'm
or
saying.
2%. You know, it's better.
2%.
It's better than
It's
zero.
gotta be like 20%. I'm just saying.
Maybe 19 point
19. What about
negatives
like,
2.
what about 15%?
Okay, 15. Point. No, I don't know. Sure, let's go 15. Let's go 15.
Yeah. Anyway, but like, all right, let's get back to the simple topic, I guess. So, what kind of environment did you expect to grow up in when you went to a Christian school?
That's the big. Let's think about this. What happened for me? I don't know. I guess I didn't expect much because I didn't. Well, I did, but I didn't have specific like super big expectations of what a Christian school would be about. But I did have certain expectations, like because my upbringing was that a real Christians are like real nice people. They care about others and very caring, kind. So I guess I did have kind of an expectation, a little bit of just not gonna absolutely assault someone in the hallway or something. So I guess that was my expectation. Nothing too big, but just being around nice kind of people.
Okay. Well, what I thought was the exact opposite. Almost,
Oh.
not really, not exactly the opposite, just a little different. I should have just said that. But anyway, I expected it to be where I would be. How do you say? I guess seen as like an outsider in a sort of way, Because when I went there, I saw, people that like knew each other from like well age. Like this guy knows this guy from 6th grade. This guy knows this guy from 5th grade. This guy's known him since because of his parents. And I'm like,
Oh.
wow, that's crazy. My mom doesn't know anyone here. Neither do I. But back when I was in the old days, I saw how my mom, I guess, took her environment from Brazil and implemented it into her life. I guess that's another thing I could also bring up. I keep sidetracking off to many things. I'm sorry about that.
all
I
good.
keep bringing up things and I'm like, wait a minute, I want to talk about that. So when my mom was in Brazil, she grew up in an environment where she had to work hard on her own. She had to make connections off her own will and off her own knowledge of what she had to offer. Because in her family, she was seen as the weakling, as the bottom of the barrel,
Oh.
which is unfortunate because one, she's female, and the rest of her family members are boys,
Mm.
which is interesting. One sister and three brothers, but she didn't care. She was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna get good grades, go to America, escape this treacherous land called Brazil.
Based.
Based, she said it, not me. And live in a new life where I can take what I've learned and make it better for me and for the family I want to grow in America. That's what she's told me.
Hmm.
And with that in mind, I've seen her like make connections with people in my daycare, in elementary school, with the teachers and some of the parents of the people of the kids that I talk to and whatnot. And I was like, how is she doing this? She's like that. She doesn't know that person. How is she doing that? That makes no sense. Why is she doing that? Because of what her environment, what she made from her environment, told her to do was to
Mm.
make it all out of her own, all out of her own knowledge, out of her own head. Create her own actions from it. Use her will. I'm making words up as I go along with this, but you get the point.
Yeah.
Now, did I really do that? Not really, but that's I guess that's the idea of implementing environments into a different one to make uh life better for yourself and for the people around you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, what I thought in my environment was to be, quiet, keep a respectful attitude on people, especially the teachers and the adults that you meet in life. That's what I learned definitely from daycare. And just be neutral to people, get to know them, and once you do, see if you take an interest and see if they're gonna lead you well in life. And sadly, I didn't take that one advice that I saw my mom did with a lot of the people that she has met. I didn't really keep the connection there. I just kind of let it let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Can't come to bed anymore.
So you were
But
Elsa.
I was Elsa. I was iced off in my castle up in the
Oh.
snowy mountains, and no one's gonna bother me anyway. That was pretty much that is a good comparison actually. I was Elsa
Mm.
at that point. But when I went to my Christian school, I was like, why is everyone talking to me? What is happening? What is going on? This is so weird. And then I realized from that point, wait a minute, what am I doing? I was doing it all wrong. And there you go. I took what I
That's your
learned.
life story right there.
I took what I learned from that environment. I saw the mistakes, saw what how the other environment treated me, how like my mom treated others. Took me as one of their own. Took me as someone they've already known, even though they don't. And I was like, ah, okay. You gotta be more forward with yourself. You don't want to be as I stuff as I was in the old days. Gotta be out there. That's
Yeah.
what I learned from my environment,
I guess that. Yeah.
from my days of the Christian school. I don't want to name because I will dox the school.
Actual ducks. um. Yeah. That's kind of like the thing with uh the uh. That's kind of like the is someone a certain way because of the environment or are they a certain way? Because um you thought a certain way because of one environment, but then you saw a different way because of another environment. So it's like if someone only sees one environment, it can be hard to see it can hard to be act in a different way because you only know one thing.
Yeah,
But if you're exposed to multiple different environments, then you get a more well-rounded view of things and you can be different. Yeah.
yeah, and that's the one problem I also had was like because I was given a lot of things as a child, right?
Hmm.
Everything I have here now, everything I had before, I was that's what I believed at least was to be like to expect what you've expected before in life.
Hmm.
While I didn't exactly take subtle notes of what she did and try to implement that in my own life. That I get is also a good example of like what I've learned from, I guess, my own perspective isn't always the right environment for me.
Hmm.
But yeah, I get what you mean. You learn from another environment so that your environment is better for yourself.
Yeah.
Because like that's what she did with her life after she moved to America.
Hmm. Yeah, what has my environment been like? You shared your entire life story. I feel like I have to share something too.
I mean, it's episode 10. Why
Yeah,
not?
it's true. It's the Big Ten. Uh, I was born very young.
Oh
I was
my
born
god.
at a young age. Oh, I crack myself up. Let's see.
Crack me up inside.
Hey yo, calm down. Okay, my environment. We're talking about environments. This is such a. I have to use brain cells, man. I gotta eat something. I gotta replenish my brain
Eat
cells.
some eggs, man. Eat some fish. Take your time.
Yeah, I
Okay.
gotta. I have a dum dum here. Oh my gosh.
Does that help the brain wrinkle?
Actually, I feel like sugar can like help me a little bit in some ways. Kind of wakes me up a tiny bit.
You believe sugar, a an ingredient of food that energizes you, not to the point, not for the betterment of your health, but for the betterment of thinking better. You think that's gonna
Yeah,
help you
man.
brain wrinkle?
My brain is wrinkling already. Ooh. Okay, my environment or something. Okay, so you thought a certain. I mean, honestly, I kind of thought in a similar way when I was younger. Kind of. Uh, I don't know if. Uh, it's big thinking time right now.
I love think. Let me think too. I think of a green field
Oh
filled
yeah,
with
that's
lots of
nice.
trees, and the
Oh,
sky is blue, the sun is shining, the
yeah.
birds are tweeting, and there's a big scary frog jumping my
Oh,
direction. Wait a
oh
minute.
no.
Why is he hopping like that? Wait, is that Megumin? Why is she in there? What? Ah!
You could do such a good. Yo, have I ever? I have told you this. You sound like Pella when you scream. Ah! Oh.
Ah!
It's so good. It's so good.
I love Pello.
I love Pello too. We could do a whole episode on Pello. I love
True.
Pello. Pello is me, Señor Pelo. I don't think he says it like that, but I say it like that. Pelo.
Pello.
Pelo. Environment. Uh, environment. I don't know what to say, man. I've
It's
been.
fine. You know what? If you don't have to say anything, it's fine.
Thank
As,
you.
is, I mean,
This is
if
such a
you,
big topic, to be honest.
it is big because, like, I don't know. First off, I'm sorry. I don't know where I'm going off with this topic. I thought of this lickety split on the spot after you said what?
We gotta have a topic.
Sports?
Oh, I did say sports.
I don't know.
Sports ball.
Sports.
I
Hey,
love
football.
sports.
Ooh,
Hey,
hit turn, hut.
hey.
But, like, I don't know. I guess I wanted to be more uh
Philosophical.
philosophical is the only
Big
word I could
brain.
think of.
You want to
Big,
be a
yes.
humongous
I
brain,
wanted I wanted to have a 5 head
bro. My head
in
is
the
like
topic.
7 heads sometimes, bro. It's so big, bro.
You know what 5 head is, right?
Yeah, my 5 billion heads.
No.
I got a big
That's
forehead.
not what 5 head means.
Yes, it does. Like a forehead. 5 head.
Yes, but you could also use it in terms of brain size. Your 5 head.
Huh? Oh yeah. I'm not a 5 head. What? We went to bed so late last night.
Okay, that's not my fault.
And I cried. I was crying. You. I don't know if you remember this. You don't because it's not what didn't happen. But I was crying, and Kito was like, "You have to stay up all night." I was like, "No, please let
What?
me go to
I did
sleep."
not say that.
And
What?
that's how it
What are you talking
felt
about? No,
to me.
what I did was kindly and politely and so quietly asked you just to stay up for a little more. You know, just for a
Yeah, yeah,
little more
yeah, yeah.
time.
Till
Just
like
for a little more time.
7 hours.
That's all. No, I only asked you just to stay up for like 10 minutes tops. 10 minutes. That's it.
I went to
Check
bed.
that. That is
Actually,
a notice.
you know what?
Simple as that.
It doesn't matter. Wait, my brain. Wait. Oh, I was gonna say this. You know, it isn't always about the amount of sleep you get. It's about consistency and going to bed. I think. I don't know what I'm saying, man. I need
believe in you.
help. I really did need to get sleep. But what is
I'm
this?
here for you, my guy. My name is Keto JC. And
No.
you see, I'm very helpful to everyone.
Thank
So,
you.
if you just let me also be full of help to you,
Help
then be
me.
my guest.
Help me with my.
What do you need help in?
I recently was forced to stay up past my bedtime by a well-known person named Keto. Just Keto. There was no JC.
Okay. Well, JC has the answer, you see. Just, listen to him. Take your time to think about it. A nice 5 minutes will do. And answer him back, not as a victim, but as a well-known acquaintance, you
I
see.
see.
Because I don't think Keto was really trying to force you to stay awake. He was just asking politely
I
to
see.
just stay awake for a couple of minutes. Simple as that.
I see. Thank you, JC.
You're welcome, you see.
Okay. Kitao,
What?
I have thought about my actions and my words towards you. And I realized might have been a little abrasive,
Abrasive.
Might have come on too strong. What I meant to say was I am a little mentally fogged because I stayed up later than I normally would have because you're the worst.
You're being facetious. Listen to me.
Okay, I stayed up because I chose to stay up, but I'm still tired.
Now, was that so hard to say?
Yes,
Now, was that so hard to say?
it hurt.
Isn't it just easy
I think
to
my
be
leg
like,
fell
"Man."
off. Ugh.
Oh, well, you better have it fallen off because I'm about to carry
What?
you back to bed. See you.
What? Whoa. Hey, yo. I need to go to. Wait, how long have we been doing? How is it only been like 20 minutes?
It's only been 45 minutes.
It's 45? I need
Yes.
to refresh, man.
What do you mean refresh?
What?
you-
Oh, that's
What?
I don't know how. Oh, it's been 40 minutes. Yeah, we could end early because it's the special episode. So we ended early.
What? All right, now
See,
you're
it makes
just-
sense.
Now I see what you're doing here. You want it to be like a. All right, well, that's the. Nah.
No.
You know what?
Okay.
It's time. I'm about to do it.
Don't do
Here
it. Please, no.
Here I come.
Don't do
Here I
it.
come.
Uh,
Here I come.
uh.
Whoa. 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 Why isn't my camera working?
I didn't know you had a camera.
Heck, why isn't it working? Discord's being annoying. Whatever. You know what?
Okay.
You get to live without my face for another day. Congratulations.
Man, I wanted to see your face.
You get to miss seeing this majestic, beautiful face for another
You
day.
have such a nice face.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
You also have a face.
Oh. Thanks. You also have a face. It's not a very
You don't have
nice
a
one, but it's
face.
just a
face.
face.
You got
Face.
eyes. No.
How did we
No.
go from talking about philosophical environment to you have a face? Ah.
That's the environment we've been grown up on. To be
It
just
all
like
comes back
this.
together.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. You know, I could talk about environment, but it needs to be saved
go
for a
on.
different time.
Why not? No. Why not? Why not talk about
No,
it?
no, no. Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay,
yeah.
okay,
Go,
okay.
well,
My
go on and
environment.
talk about it, my friend.
Environment. I was a young man, young lad once, traveling through the distant lands. I didn't have. I had, you know, the essentials, the water, the food. I could live off the land if I wanted to, but you know, I wasn't very happy, but I wasn't very sad at the same time.
I see.
I was riding my horse through town one day, and all of a sudden I see something, a little party going on. And I go in and I'm like, what's happening? And they're like, hey, fiesta time, it's going all right. There's cake, there's cupcake, there's pizza, there's a pie. And I realized, you know, traveling's pretty cool and all, but this really brings me some nice joy. So I
Quick
just,
thought.
yes.
You're the pie in this situation, right?
No, I'm not the pie, but we'll get to the pie.
Okay.
So I realized that I I want to stay in this place forever. And so I eat the pie and I slowly morph into a pie. And that's how I came to be. That's how the world was made.
So you were the pie.
No, I wasn't initially the pie, but I became the pie because I loved them so much.
You are the weirdest person I've ever met in my
What?
life. You know that?
Why? Why?
You can somehow think of that out of this.
No, it was a true story.
Out of this whole. Oh my gosh! And you say that. That is ridiculous.
You're talking
You know
about-
what? You have just confirmed my idea of you 100%.
What?
1,000%.
Are you trying?
You should treat yourself now.
Oh, you know, I was told that I might have a disorder, but I don't know, man.
Oh, disorder. Is it the disorder of my name's Pineapple?
Yeah, kind of. Might also have this thing called adahida.
Oh, it's called Abahid.
Adahida.
What are the symptoms of Abahid?
Like shaky hands, shaky mind. You bounce. You eat what is it? A concerning amount of dessert products. Yeah.
Make sandwiches every day.
Sandwiches every day. Only not on Sundays. That's the Lord's day.
Of course.
So yeah, it's bad. My doctor says I only have about 70 more years to live or so. Or maybe 60.
You know what's funny? When you said shaky mind and shaky hands, I immediately thought you'd be like like a phone, getting notifications.
Like a vibration. That's my useless superpower. I vibrate.
You vibrate. Wait, when do you vibrate?
No.
What do you What do you mean? What do you mean by that? When do you vibrate, my guy?
I can control it. Okay, I can control it. So it's not like
You
spontaneous.
can control when you're vibrating.
Yeah. But it's like my whole body, nowhere specific. Just my entire body is like.
Your entire body. Okay. Does that affect your organs or in any way? Does it like hurt your digestive system a bit to just go?
No. It's not. It's not. Blah, blah, blah. It's like.
That is violent. You know how violent that is? Because phones vibrate
That's true.
pretty violently, and you vibrating like that is pretty bad. So I just want to make sure your organs are all intact after you vibrate with Abahida.
No, it's not abahada. It's adahada.
Oh, sorry, Abahida, because it's called ADHD. You have ADHD.
No, I don't know.
I figured it out.
Dang
I figured it out. You have ADHD.
No.
You have ADHD.
I thought I had cancer.
It's okay. Everyone has ADHD,
No.
man. Listen, hey. Shh.
Yeah.
Pat. It's
Oh,
okay.
Thank you so
Because
much.
we all have ADHD.
Oh no. Oh man. What has happened? The
I
sanity
don't
has
know.
dropped.
You
Is it
know
time to
what?
end? It might be time to end soon.
I think our environment, what we've learned today is that no matter the environment we're in, we'll always be ourselves. We'll always be
Oh,
cuckoo bananas.
Cocoa Puffs.
Cocoa for cocoa banana. Yeah.
Kuna banana.
Well, thank you all for coming to this episode of the Slice of Keto and Pie, and we hope you enjoyed the slice that we've served up for you today. I've been Keto,
And I'm an edible pie.
and we'll see you later.
See you in the next episode. Wait, that's copyright. Wait,
Oh.
wait,